Hey, hey, hey. All right. Well, let's this is going to be fun. We are, welcome to a couple of forevers where I didn't even
Got you.
bring my journal and where my questions are. Yeah,
We'll
I
go
have to
get him.
get
I'll
up.
hold the fort.
You have to go get it. I
I,
can't stand
oh,
up.
where is it?
It should be on the desk. It's the little green notebook. Okay, so until hubby gets back, let's play a promo. Yay. Real quick. Let me could I live on a plantation? And I was just starting to think, well, why not? It's quite as quintessentially it's a big house that can fit multiple families. And this would be something for me to leave my children so that they wouldn't have to ever face rent again. The feeling of this is ours became more uh, just emblazoned in me because I started to share this with other people. This gives a proof of concept. This particular initiative gives a proof of concept that not only are, again, plantations sustainable here and now in 2022, because again, when people think of plantations, they usually consistently think that plantations are like these rundown old houses in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing going on around them, and they're, because there's no more slavery, no slaves are working them. They don't realize that these plantation properties, these properties are protected by a historic national registry. We are ready to take this to the national level. We built it, and if that is, 9/10, why would we be building something for other? We couldn't own it, Membership is really easy, right? Especially right now. You can go on the website p4r.today, and we have different ways of being engaged with this village building concept. I hope y'all enjoyed that little teaser. That was a little blast from the past, about a year ago, actually, a little over a year ago. But welcome to the debut of Couple of Forevers. I am Courtney Omega Doss.
And Vaughn Dolls.
Yeah, and we are Dos Dos. And that's why that's down on the screen. So you all, today, this was fun because this was not what we had planned for it to be us. We were actually going to be interviewing our Reverend and his wife, prophetess Lauren Oliver. So it's Rev Deb Oliver and prophetess Lauren Oliver. But with it being Resurrection Eve, there's a lot going on there, and there was a lot going on this week, so we couldn't really get to in the full promotion plan that we had put together. But they will be on next Friday for a Couple of Forever's Friday at 8 p.m. So that will be, so definitely keep your keep your schedules open for that, because that's going to be the first couple, well, the second couple, because we're the first couple. But it'll be the first, it will be a couple to couple chat, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. So to get us prepared for that a bit, um I said, you know what? Why don't we like do what we're going to do with them? Why don't we just do that with each other to kind of give us a little bit of a practice run and see how things go. And again, you all, we appreciate you just being here. We don't want y'all feeling like some guinea pigs or hamsters, but we definitely appreciate y'all being here with us, because you could be doing anything on this wonderful Saturday night, but you're spending it with us, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate the love that you guys have been given. What in the Word, as well as just the energy you guys have been putting towards our websites. Please continue to do so. Like I said, we post literally new content every week, so definitely. And if you are not yet, please subscribe to the P4R newsletter, which is the Village Voice. and become a part of the Village Build. We literally meet once a month, and it is a real meeting. It's not something that is just online. We actually, if you're here or if we can't get together physically, we like to physically meet up. But you can still join online if you cannot get to Athens, Georgia to physically meet. So again, just want to thank y'all for being a part of that. So any announcements or things you want to share before we get started?
Um, no, no. No. Do we have anything else?
No, I'm not pregnant yet.
I guess that's an announcement. She's not pregnant yet.
Not yet.
So,
But hopefully twins on the way, pulling a Sarah miracle. That'll be great. Yes, yes. So do we want to do question for question? That'll be probably better than doing like straight my questions and straight your questions.
okay.
Okay. All
Wait,
right.
how many questions you got?
I have about 8.
Okay, I got 6.
Okay. All right. All right, you go first. First question.
Okay. How old are you? No, I'm just playing.
Wow. I was like, wow, you waited all this time to ask me that? That's funny.
Okay. My first question is so what made you realize that I would be hubby?
I always what you really because like some of these questions. I mean,
You've told me.
Yeah, I told you. Wow,
Tell
when
the
you
peoples.
I see, I didn't do a question like that. I did a question that I like legitimately wanted to know.
Okay, well, I'll legitimately tell you, but the peoples.
Okay. Well, we had been like talking on the phone for I guess what like 2 months or so, and the last probably week or so, Devon had gotten kind of distant. He was home recovering from surgery, and I felt like, I was just like he had kind of because we went from talking every day, like multiple times of the day, and then talking a long time at night to like a text message here and like nothing. And so this was like maybe over the course of maybe like 3 days or so. And I was just like, you know what? Um,
I had just gotten out of
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but I know now. But I was literally at the New Black Wall Street Market in Atlanta, and we were doing promotions for Claim Malcolm X Day, and I was walking the mall with my friend Sis Gina. Shout out to Gina if she sees this.
G Money. Yeah.
Gina from Minnesota. Um, but yeah, I was walking the mall with her, and she was just like, "So what's going on with you and Buzz?" And I was like, "Girl, and he just has disappeared." And I'm okay with that, because at this point in time we hadn't been intimate or anything. Like we had literally just been talking on the phone for a couple of months, and I was like, I'm okay with that, but yeah, like he just kind of disappeared. So he's done. And so literally like 20 minutes later, he called me and he's like, "Hey, where are you?" And I was just like, "Oh, I'm at the mall." And he was like, "Okay, I'm about to pull up." And I was like, "You about to what?" Like what? And so like I'm getting like all like, I'm getting like all girly and giddy, like, "Oh my gosh, like my boyfriend's coming to see me." Like I'm excited. And so Gina was like, I was like, "Gina, guess what?" And she was like, "What?" I was just like, because because since we were doing promotions, we had like split apart to do like different sides of the mall or what have you. And so when we linked back up, I was like, "Girl, he is on the way here." And she was like, "Here?" And I was like, "Yes, like here, like the mall." And so things had happened, and she actually had to get going because she was like, I want to see him. I want to see him pull up. And I was like, we were texting back and forth, and I was like, "Okay, how far are you?" And I was like, "Well, Gina has to go." And I was there with actually my best friend who the house that we actually we had met at his birthday party. And so we were there, of course. Shout out to again Palmetto Star, one of the original founders of Claim Malcolm X Day. And so we,
Wait,
of course, were
Don't
there.
forget Ratchet Revolutionary.
A ratchet revolutionary. That is he. He is so. And so you know, even him, like he wanted to go to another spot. We wanted in the mall closes kind of early on Sunday. I think it closed at like 6 or 7.
That was a Sunday.
That was a Sunday. And so yeah, so he was like, you know, oh, let's go to another location. I said, no, you know, Devon's on his way here. And he was like, here, and I was like, yeah, here, he's on his way here. And like literally, when he pulled up, I was like, he's, you know, because
Bus is he.
I know I said he, I didn't say bus.
You say bus?
I said he. I said he's here. And you know, he pulled up in the ride. It was just it was like slow motion, you know, to me, like, you know, the whole scene. But at that moment, I was just like, because if I've been saying to him, which I was for months, saying, hey, the next person I'm with, like, I'm not, you know, because at that point in time, again, I have been abstinent for 7 years. And I was like, I'm not doing no boyfriends. I'm not doing no, like, you know, it's like, I'm too grown for that. It's, you know, it's husband and that is it. And the next person I'm with is going to be my husband. And I just felt like if he knew, since he knew all of that, if he's stepping up, if I say, oh, you know, jump across this line, you know, when you're a kid and you do that whole step across this line. If you step across this line, then you know you fight or so on or whatever. I was like, this is you know my this is declaration. This is my, you know, these are my requirements. And if you show up, if you know that this is what I want and you show up, I'm like, okay, you must be it. So I was like, yeah, okay, he's supposed to be husband.
So
You're supposed to be
now,
husband.
for the record, I didn't disappear. I was kind of like hiding my location.
Yeah, he likes to do that. He does it to his mom too. It's very weird. I told him, don't play with me with that. I don't like that. Tell me, give me the itinerary, the time, and everything.
I think I was in like North Carolina. I told her I was in Queens.
Yeah, going to see his dad.
Yeah, something like that. I knew it was something like that. And what it was, I had been driving 9 straight hours. The morning I just came out the hospital. So I'm like, oh, I'm tired. So I needed a pit stop. So I stopped at my cousin's crib, you know, and I kind of spent the night there.
And taste that?
I tasted it.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good. Yeah, it needs lemon though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But it's okay though. It'll do the trick. But I don't want to drink too much of it because
yeah,
I'll be peeing on it.
Well, you're gonna do that anyways.
Yeah,
but
probably.
Go ahead.
I got this water in it. But anyway, so the North Carolina like stop was kind of tricky because I was like, man, normally we would be on the phone all night.
We would.
And you know, I don't. What excuse did I make? That either I was tired or I took some pills or something.
No, you didn't make. I didn't hear from you at all for like.
I didn't call?
You did not. Like I said, in between that text and that call, it was literally like maybe about 8 hours that I didn't hear.
So all right, so yeah, so I got me some rest, and then I got back on the road, and I think the next call was I was in Mapleton. I was at J House. I was like, all right, because at first my plan was to just pull up to the house and just sit there and wait for you to come home.
Right.
But I was like, oh man, I mess around, fall asleep, and they just go in the house. I'll be out there all night sleep. So I said, well, I'm not gonna do that. So I called her, all right, where you at? I'm pulling up. Yeah. That's what happened. I didn't get ghosted or anything. I just was like hiding my location. That's all.
Yeah, he was hiding his location and, you know, almost got blocked.
That's crazy though. That was crazy.
It's not because Devon, like again, we were talking every night and every day. And you know, I had an issue with these things happening a couple of times before. So I was like, you know, okay, something just is off with, you know
the
these
black
guys.
guy just pulled up, right? Like,
no, I don't. You always say that, but I don't think you would have. I don't know.
I just fresh out the hospital, like you like you would still see the paint mark where my surgery scar was.
I don't know if you would have pulled up.
And here is 9 hours on the road straight.
That makes me feel excited. I don't really know if
took
you
a
would have pulled
rest,
up. I don't know if
and
you
then the other 5.
I don't know if you would have pulled up. I don't know.
I would definitely pull up.
Well, I appreciate that because it's not like you
Like,
didn't
your
have work
first day,
there.
yeah, but I wasn't doing no work. My guts was hanging out. I wasn't doing no work.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Actually, I did go to work.
see, yeah,
I did
you
go to
did.
work.
Yeah, you was going to work every day.
did
I
go
don't
to
know what you're
work.
talking about. Yeah, what are you talking
But
about? And I think you would have found something to busy yourself. I don't think you would have.
what? You gonna be blocking me for no reason?
It was a reason. No, it was gonna be a reason. It was a good
It
reason.
definitely wasn't no reason.
Let's see. I'm sorry. We just saw this comment
That's
sign.
God.
Oh, hey, Guy. Hey, Guy. Welcome to Couple of Forever. Couple of Forever. All right.
Okay.
So, my first question. See, I'm going to eat. Like, you talking to me like,
That was just question
newlywed. Okay. Well, I started off boom, boom. Okay. What has surprised you most about marriage life? Because I know, because this is Devon's first.
Surprise?
This is not my first. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
It's been a kind of like the whole thing. I mean, like
the whole thing, really? Yeah. Oh, what is the topic? This is our debut of Couple of Forevers. We are literally interviewing each other as a couple. And next week you will see us interviewing another couple. So this is we should give the full breakdown.
Yeah, give the full breakdown.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna answer that. Give me more time to think about this question you just asked.
Okay. So the full breakdown was, and I'm not trying to get no hate on this. So please, y'all, bear with it because I'm trying to be flexible. Not compromising, but still being flexible. Yes, it is.
Oh, you know when the anniversary is?
Oh, July 21st. Well, okay, so we have a couple of anniversaries. We just passed one, which was our meeting anniversary, which was the day after his birthday. This is March 24th. Then we have not really a dating anniversary.
But what are you talking about?
Excuse me.
Wait, what are you talking about? Claiming my wax day? Because that wasn't like the first date.
No, it wasn't date. The first date was when you pulled up. Yeah, so it would have been what we just described. Well, I thought it was another date in there that I used to throw at you. No. And you used to be like, "That's not a real date," and I was like, "Yes, it is." I think it was the meet and date. I think it was the meet and date. You would be like,
I mean, like these anniversary dates is just like, and the only reason I remember the meet date because it's the day after my birthday.
Sir Senior says he needs time to reword his answer. To reword his answer so he won't have a cold bed tonight. He ain't gonna have a cold bed. We got too much going on this weekend. Dawson's gonna take you to Hawaii for y'all anniversary. That's not really was a place that we ever talked about going. I would love to go back to the Bahamas. Though.
She got married.
I know that.
And the price tag on that.
I remember seeing the picture. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't probably. I would love to go back to the Bahamas for anything. But I've been looking into Mexico a little bit too, tell y'all the truth. But I'm going with you. We ain't gonna get kidnapped. But we ain't gonna stay at those resorts where all of those couples ended up missing either. But I love, I love a lot of Mexican food, which is interesting. But I didn't eat a lot of Mexican food when I was in Miami.
Wait, give the breakdown.
The breakdown. Okay, so Couple of Forevers and how this came to be. So originally we had planned. Guy said you can afford it, Doss. Oh, because he done got all the money on the Giants games. Hey, Shar. Hey. I'm glad y'all coming on in here tonight. Welcome to a Couple of Forevers. So originally we had planned on building up a Black love with the same concept, interviewing couples that were, Black couples and talking about the struggles that they had gone throughout their marriage. And we were lining up, just like I said, all Black couples. And then what happened was we started, we met one couple in particular that we really wanted to get on. And we had already told him, hey, we want to have you on. And then we found out that his wife was not Black. And then it was like, okay,
We got to change that.
Okay, so we felt like, okay, we still wanted to have him on, and we were going to, kind of figure out whether it was just going to be on a different segment, because we do a few different segments. And then what happened at the same time was we started getting more into the word.
We're gonna do this tonight.
We started getting more into the word.
Okay.
And I had a talk with before he was our reverend. Me and Rev Dev have been friends for literally about a decade. And so before we joined his church, we were just talking just as friends. And he was just like, Courtney, why don't you like embrace that, especially if you are a believer, not only Black people are believers. And so if you're going to be, sharing these messages with believers, it's going to be not just Black people. And it was just like, So it went from building Black love to hit that subscribe and share. That's right. Thank y'all. So I'm gonna post your comments up there too. Hawaii would be a cute trip, but it's nowhere I want to go for an anniversary. I will say that. So now it is building kingdom love, and because I think that this is what. Hello, honeybee. Welcome. I appreciate y'all coming on in here. Because I think what we want to appreciate is that building up, being on the same walk in regardless of whether you're the same race or ethnicity, but being on the same walk with the same mission, with the same goals, and making that commitment to forever is what we wanted to, and especially in faith, right? We wanted to make sure it was highlit. So this is why it is a couple of forevers and building kingdom love. So back to the question at hand.
Okay. What surprises me the most about married life?
Yes.
I don't think it's surprise. It's more of aware.
Okay. I like that. Careful with these words.
No, for a very, 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 very long time, it's just been me. So all I had to do was worry about me.
Yeah.
Like even when you have a girlfriend, it's still pretty much just you.
Yeah.
I mean, certain things you do, you share with this woman, and you think about certain aspects. But I mean, at the end of the day, if it's just a girlfriend, you can always just leave. You just like, look, you know what? My French toast was cold this morning. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the being aware that your life is no longer your own.
The life you gave.
Okay, all right.
Is not my own. I'm trusting you.
So that's the again, not surprised, just being aware and staying aware. Sometimes I still kind of like,
God said, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Thank you, because this is what I be telling them. Don't hold back. So you know what? This is gonna be fun. If y'all wait to the end, we'll do. I wanted us to do.
Wait, we have a question.
I know. So this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do questions for each other, and then we would do the questions.
Okay,
but that's fine.
So that's
yes,
one question. All right, so 2 years. We were married 2 years on my baby's birthday.
That's right. That's right. That is the birthday is the anniversary. Stop making that man cold breakfast. Oh no, I don't make that man cold breakfast.
No.
What?
I was just using that because that's like asinine to like leave somebody for like some cold French toast. But I'm just saying, when you have a girlfriend, you don't really need an excuse to leave. You just leave.
Yeah.
With a wife is different.
Yeah, I don't know. I have always been privy to long-term relationships, so I didn't really But that question wasn't for me. But yes, we have been together for 2 years. Literally, well, we met 2 years ago. Literally from last Sunday.
Right.
It was literally 2 years. That's thank Coach Malik. You better, baby. Coach Malik, no,
She
baby.
does.
She
She
know me
does.
for a long time, baby. Coach Malik say before the hubby Coach Malik sent me money so I could make get Keon some turkey chops. She was like, get that boy some turkey chops. I'm gonna cash app you, and she did too. You know I cook, baby. If that's one thing I'm gonna cook. That's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cook now. I'm gonna cook, and I'm gonna cook well. I love feeding my man, and I really like that. That was something that I appreciated about Devon early on. I was like, he gonna love to eat my cooking. He likes my cooking.
So let me tell you. Let me tell you. So
Oh.
now I was about to leave town, and the day we left, I think I was leaving like what, a week later.
Yeah,
Like a week later, I
Yeah.
was going to be going back to New York,
literally.
and so I was like, listen, where's the cafe? I want to pull up. I want to show some support. Now, mind you, I'm not thinking, wife, girlfriend. I'm not relationship. I'm not thinking about this. I like to eat. I'm a big guy. I like to eat, and I'm down south. This is a new spot to eat. Let's see what she's really working with, because what she was cooking. Now I'm allergic to seafood, so she was making gumbo.
Vegan gumbo.
Okay, vegan gumbo, but all I
Vegan
heard
gumbo.
was gumbo.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, nope, can't eat that, and so I stabs out. But I did get a little information on what she do, and I'm like, okay, well, where's this thing at? Let me pull up, get some grub. Now initially I was like, all right, go there, get some lunch, and go about the rest of my day. And then spending the whole day there. Now look, she makes this mango thing with some seasoning. I don't really know what's in it. All I know is it's fire.
It's sunshine.
And
it's at my sunshine cups.
Like it got a double bung bung. So I'm like, yeah, this is yeah, I need a whole meal. And she was
and you got a whole meal. I
think but I needed like a meal, so I really know like she might have got lucky on this one.
Okay.
Let me see if she really get busy on these burners.
I get busy.
Yeah, she gets busy on the burners.
Yeah, I do.
And she was kind of wearing this dress, man. It's crazy.
It was laundry day. And
she keeps saying it.
And
crazy.
It was laundry day. Okay, this is a sensitive topic actually. So, Guy, you coming on with it. Honeybee wants to know, how do you like your eggs? For who? Me. I want mine cracked and scrambled.
Yeah, but scrambled with cheese.
That's what people refer to when they're talking about trying to get pregnant. Cracked and scrambled.
Oh, I thought we were talking about real eggs.
She might have been, but I'm saying that's the reason why I said cracked and scrambled.
How many strip clubs you went to before you decided to settle down? Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah.
One, and that was the day before I met
her. You know what's funny too? Okay, because so when we met, literally it was Devon's birthday week, and so we met on, like I said, my best friend's birthday, which is the day after his birthday. And so what happened was, he wasn't talking to me too much that whole time, right? And but at the end, he exchanged social media profiles with everybody. And I went on his, and the first thing was the stripper pole. And somebody, and I was like, dang, I was like, okay, whatever. Like I said, I wasn't really, when we met, I had pretty much, and I've told this story before too. So I had pretty much lost faith in being able to meet someone through my best friend. So I was like, I wasn't expecting much, but when I saw that, I was just like, oh, okay, typical. But then, like, I scrolled down a little more, and it showed him, literally in, building and doing some of his some redevelopments and doing some build outs. And I was like, y'all know, I was on my plantation renovation ideas, and I was just like, oh, this, he can build out to this, because even though it's a beautiful plantation, I still had plans on building, other structures on the property. So I was like, he can build me my house. He can build a house. And I was like, okay. And then I thought too, he would just be interested in the project, because around that time, it was, people were interested, but it was really hard to get, especially men that I was not involved with, trying to get them interested. And that's what I felt like I was kind of missing. And so we since we weren't involved or anything, I just kind of wanted to get his opinion on this whole idea. And he really liked it. And I was just like, yeah, because some people are like, they just want to get the raw land, they want to get a build up. He was like, no, I think it's good the way you're going about it. I thought that was that really, it made me feel better. It made me feel good. And so that made me, want to keep talking to him more.
And yeah, guys,
because he didn't shoot down my plan. He didn't.
Just one.
He didn't shoot.
Yeah, got tripped.
No, that is not true. That I think he's saying like ever.
Oh, ever?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know. Who keeps track of that?
Maybe some people. Yeah, that's what he means. He said that's it. Before you decided to settle down. He means, I think, ever.
Okay, so all right. And I came home in 2019, so I was like on a hiatus for like 21 and 3. So
college.
So that's like a lifetime. Now, prior to me going inside, that's a different story. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, like that's that was way back when, we talking early 20s, so but after I came home, that was actually my first strip club and my last.
Wow.
Just up at home.
I did not know that. So that is good. I did not know. I mean, that was a good question. I didn't know that.
In my defense.
Wait, guys, you asking too many questions. We ain't even getting to our questions. Guys, who you interviewing?
Have I been with any white girls? Yes. Like, again, early 20s. Like that's not even
you asking some real questions.
That's not even yeah, I ain't with the swirl no more. Yeah. That ain't even yeah, like I kind of like left that alone long time ago. Long time ago. But again, in my defense, that post was only up. It was kind of a jab at someone. I don't want to, but it was a jab because it was a sound that came with it, and it was a popular sound at the time on IG. It was like this is what happens when you send them back to the streets. Something to that nature. So it was kind of it was a little jab. But yeah, that's why that went up like that. Because like if you look at my Instagram, like you don't see none of that stuff. You wouldn't see.
So it just so happened, it was the first thing, and I was just like,
because that was the last thing I posted. That's why it came up first.
Oh, well, of course, but still, it was the first thing, and I was like, okay, this dude. But like I said, at the time, I wasn't like reaching out to him because I was trying to get with him. I was just like, okay, typical. Like it didn't matter that much. But then, like I said, I became interested in everything else that happened, everything else that I saw, and so that was great.
Oh wait,
I think it's another question from you. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, what is my worst attribute?
Oh, you're stubborn.
That's my worst.
The worst. Like, man, stubborn. Just really, it.
But that's the worst.
The worst. Like other things, I can get kind of around, because you're not a lot of those other things. Like, you can be kind of mean.
But I'm a lot of stubborn.
You're 98% stubborn.
That's a big number.
It's a huge number because it's true. Like for real. Like, I mean, I can just imagine, how they say like toddlers have the most strength. I wouldn't have wanted to see Devon at 2 years old. They be trying to get him in the seat and they go all stiff Nord. They do. I saw this post and it was like this lady was everything within her. She was trying to make her boys go into the seat and he was like like
I was a good baby. Ask my mama.
Anyway, stubborn, very stubborn, and it's just like it's will not listen and refuse.
I mean, eventually I budge.
It's not about eventually. This is like, oh, stop it. This is like somebody say eventually, but it's like it's years later. Like it's
years.
Yeah, like it's not gonna be like okay, and you're just not. And I remember asking you very early on a question in regards to that, and I'm just like, nah, there's no way this guy's not there. If it was not white dudes, keep it 100. What other race have I been with? As far as SCX, I've never had sex with anybody other than, now I was assaulted by a Latino man, but as far as like consensual sex, it's only been black men. Only been black men. I've never had sex with anybody consensually. I just, like I've made out with a lot of white guys, a lot of white boys, but I just, you taking it to the next level just was not something of interest to me. And this was at Florida State, so I remember the closest I ever came was literally when I was at Florida State. It was this guy named Levi. Shout out to Levi. And we did not end up going all the way because his mom called, and when his mom called, he went out the room to take the call, and I went out the other side. But and then it was like when I would see him, he would be like, "Hey, I got my guitar. You want to come back up, next
guitar
week?"
Playing Levi?
Guitar playing Levi. And I was like, no, like I always had an excuse, but I mean that was the closest I've literally ever came. Everybody else, like, it's just always been like we knew that that's what it was. We were just gonna be kissing, and that was it. Yeah, I'm warm. We were just gonna be kissing. We was just gonna be like, it was just something fun. But as far as intercourse, no, I've never been with anybody else than black men besides my assault, which was a Latino coworker. And so, some people say you shouldn't count that, but I do. I
Levi was white.
Yes, Levi. Made out like kissing, and nothing under no clothes were even off either because Levi had a roommate and he didn't know when the roommate was going to be coming back, so we were kind of
wait. Whatever kind of making out is there?
Well, some people think of oral sex as making out too.
How's that making out?
Don't act like.
Don't act like what?
Don't
I've never heard that. That making out. Like, put my stuff in there. No, that's not making out.
Yeah, they think of that making out because they don't think of it as sex. That's so but foreplay is making out.
No.
Yes, it is.
Foreplay is the play before the fore.
Wow. No. Making out, I counted as kissing, and yeah, that's pretty much. And some digit work, but that was not even any digit work during that situation.
That's a nice way of putting it. Digit work.
We call it, well, I used to call it fango dango. Like me and my girlfriends.
Fango dango.
Yeah, okay. We called it fango dango. They're like, did he
what
fango dango?
In Florida?
He been saying this. Fango dango. Guy, we don't need to start charging you. $5. That's it. Yeah. Now, okay, like I said, fango dango includes some stuff. And let me tell you this. For a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I want to say maybe about 2-3 years. Because remember, y'all, I was, married before. So for about 2 or 3 years, I did a lot of phone, activity. Also used to have a saying for that too, phone bone. I did a lot of phone boning. And those were all white guys. Black guys are horrible at that phone boning. They were horrible. I had to say, nah, I gotta give it. I gotta.
Okay, what's your question?
I gotta let y'all go with that. But white guys, they were very vocal, and in phone boning, that's very important. Black guys are not vocal. Black guys about that action. That's how I know Elvis is black. Elvis said, "Ain't no more talking. I need a little more action for some satisfaction." That's how I know he's black. Okay. What is your favorite thing about being married to me?
Um, it,
Because
so close.
I want to know. I want to know. I want to know.
Yeah, but we might get canceled because this is like a G-rated show. If I tell them what I'm really thinking,
No,
we might have to call the time out. No, I'm just no.
I did put all the candles out so we could have those for later.
What the little ones?
Yeah, those and all of that stuff.
We can sign off right now.
We're not done with the show.
We could be.
Go and answer.
All right. No. Okay. So, like I told you this before. Like, I didn't realize just how. Okay, I want to be diplomatic here.
Don't be diplomatic.
No.
Y'all tell them not to be diplomatic.
No. How not smart my exes were.
Oh, I love when you always say that.
Oh,
that's so sweet, babe.
Like, I can actually hold like a real conversation and not be in the middle of the conversation. Be like, what? Like, where did you go to school? Like,
You do that when I talk about Tracy Chapman, though.
Because that's just ridiculous. This should be ridiculous. Like, but
I don't know why he doesn't understand that me and Tracy Chapman.
Again, it's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
But no, like I can
call me Tracy.
I can actually defer to you when if I don't know. Like I don't have to like go Google or call somebody. Like I can call my wife. Like, hey,
I appreciate that.
How is black holes made?
No, you cannot. You cannot ask me none of that. I tell you, many a person has lost my number behind this black hole conversation.
But wait, what's that?
Your exes got jealous when you told them that you married Doss. Only one. Not, I won't say jealous, but he was really surprised. He was surprised that I actually got married because it's been something that he knew I was not doing nothing for a long time, and then kind of popped up like, well, I'm married. I'm a Mrs. now. And he was just like, I don't like that. And he said that, and but it wasn't like a jealous thing. I think it was just more so just surprise, just that it actually happened. And I think that might have been for a lot of people. And it's not like I said, it wasn't jealousy. It's just the fact that
South Carolina.
Of course, I was it wasn't even that I was off the market, but I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything for a long time, and then I popped up married. So that would have been that probably would be the only person. There was no one else that was like, kind of.
You're not even in contact with anybody else.
Yeah.
Like her block game is ridiculous.
It is.
And I'm like, why is all these people blocked?
And it would be for like if I just listen, just if you offended me, you were getting blocked. So this is what guy I told you better start hitting that cash app because you got all the questions going.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that answer, babe. I'm gonna give you a check for that.
That's the
I'm gonna give you a check.
I mean there were other things, but I get a check.
A check. Okay. The other one you just gotta underline that but I get the check. And I got the red pen out too because I'm a teacher.
Yeah, so but that's it, like to just be able to defer.
Thank you, baby.
Like, hey, need you to go pick up that couch.
No.
That
don't even sound like. Why would you defer? Yeah, I can do it. I'm like Charles.
Like okay, so like it'd be like, yeah, I can't pick up that couch. You gonna find somebody to pick up.
How you didn't notice that was what I washed it in? That's what I washed this in too.
Oh, that's what I'm smelling.
Yeah, I washed it before
I thought it was you.
Well, it's fine. I have.
Oh, no, this smell like it just came out the drawer.
Yours was washed before I gave it to you.
Yeah. I'm like, because it was like mad strong. Yeah. I didn't know it was me.
That's you.
Okay, it's my turn, right?
Yes, it's yours.
Okay.
Unless God wants to go again. But guy, you better hit that cash out.
Come out, guy. Okay. What's my best attribute?
Oh wow. Your strength. It's amazing.
To pick up the couch?
No, like just your resolve. I mean, even though I say you're in the complaint about that too, but just like your ability to just like move forward. And like I always tell you too, just with your strength, just your mental resolve, that is amazing. I, you know, I every day I um I'm a little less convinced, but I'm telling you, sometimes I still do think, you know, you might be a cop.
Yeah, I don't understand that. As much as I hate these pigs, and how is that even possible?
You always say that, and that would be a great cover. That would be a great cover. Oh, I hate these pigs,
Hey,
and then they
listen,
undercover.
I'm
I think
a hell of an undercover dude, dude. Because
you would
that's
be.
that.
You
Look,
would be. No, because even they, I mean, quite honestly, even working at the casino, all security guard is just paid for cops. They're private cops. They police their facility. They're club
I ever tell you
cops.
about the time I accidentally caught somebody?
Yeah, you did.
That was crazy.
You
I'm trying to get away from all of that. And this goofy, he bumps into
told
me. I'm sitting
me.
there helping him put the quarters back in the cup. I don't know, he just snatched the cup.
You're a
I
you're
hated
a
that
cook,
because
a
they kind
club
of gave me
cop.
all kind of pats on the back for that and everything. And they just don't know. I was going the other way. I'm listening on the radio. He's going to exit, da 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 da. So I go this way. He done gave them the slip and bumped into me. I'm trying to get away like he trying to get away.
Club cop.
Wow.
But yeah, I love your mental resolve and I love how strong you are. And that is just a characteristic. And also too, you're like I always tell them, even though like we may be mad and we may disagree, I know if something goes down, Devon's gonna have my back. Like I love that. I love that. And there's no feeling that describes that. And like I've been with you know, very smart men, very strong men. It's not the same as knowing that somebody's got your back, you know. Um
I like to
Man, I
fight.
love that. Yeah, you do. And I'm glad that you can admit that, you know. Like I've been with men that can fight and then Devon likes to fight. But and I've been with like I said, smart, you know, intellect is huge for me. But I know sometimes with that intellect, what happens is it's too much, it's too much pontificating and we gonna, you know,
Pontificate?
yeah, pontificate. We're gonna work on solutions of amelioration. And sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you just want to you want somebody to just knock the F out. And he'll do that.
Am I anti-gun?
Anti-gun? Why would he be anti-gun? Interesting.
See, I can answer this now.
He does look like a Blue Lives Matter supporter. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I'm telling you. I be low key, like I'm just like, oh, they think he gonna try to get me like a Sada Shakur over here. I can't be telling him what's going on.
Wait a second. Do I have to like get my police record and transcripts? They like plow. I think it's like
those can be fabricated.
Nah. Oh, I'm not even in the system no more. Oh, they can't even go to njdoc.com no more. Listen, Blue Lives Matter. Listen, man, look.
Go Big Blue. Vote blue
I don't want to say too much about the police like that because you know it's still YouTube. So I'm gonna skip that one because that was some BS right there, my boy. That was some BS.
He from NY.
Yeah, I know. So he already know how that NYPD. Listen, I was there for the stop and frisk. You know, yeah, all up in the corners, they all got yeah, I remember all that. But am I anti-gun? Since I'm not on paper no more, I can answer this question honestly. Yeah. I am so pro-gun. So pro.
Pro-gun.
So
yes,
pro.
He is. He's been trying to tell me I need to go ahead and get my my permit on.
So pro.
Like he was telling me that like shortly after we met, and I'm like, what's he trying to say?
Hey, listen,
like, do you have a license? I was like, nah, I don't have a license. I don't drive.
Let me tell you something. I mean, and this is coming from a guy who's
real easy in Georgia
on that other side of the on the other side of the tracks. And they are in blue. That's the only blue I root for, homie. That's the only blue. And Nick Blue. And man, that's great. But Ranger Blue too. But coming from a guy who's been on that, the other side of the tracks, and I know that if you outlaw guns, the only ones who gonna have guns is the outlaws.
Mm.
So, and when you have like a open carry situation, it's a huge deterrent because if everybody got them life changes on their hips, trust and believe, them dudes that's from the other side of the track, they're gonna think twice. So I am very pro gun, very, very, very pro gun. Like I can't wait to get mine legally.
Mm.
Tick tock, tick tock.
What's the TikTok?
I gotta wait a couple of years.
I know that's so it's 2 years.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. Yes. So you said what's your favorite thing about being married to me? What that was? What is your least favorite?
Least favorite?
Yeah. And I gotta lean in close again.
That look.
What's the look?
I can't really do it with my face.
Yeah. What's
it's
it
that
saying?
look.
What's it
Like
saying?
I done did something that you don't like.
I've been told this before.
And it's like a crooked smile, but it's like almost like a smile of disgust.
Yes, I've been told this before by one other person.
It is that, and it's like
one other person.
And a lot of times I'm not even sure what I did. I'm like, all right. So now I'm trying to replay either what I said or what I didn't do.
Says to look. I can't do the look unless it happens. But only one other person has done that, has said that to me about that look. They said I look at them like I'm the scum, of the earth, and they said it's the most disgusted look on a human's face I've ever seen. And that is the person that I told you, the person that I felt like knew me the most out of everyone I've been with.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only person that has said that. He said he hates when I look at him like that.
Yeah,
I feel it, but I can't do it. I feel it. I know what that look is, but I can't do it. God, why are you laughing? That is crazy. Oh, it's on you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Oh, this is
good. Okay. So is your husband your dream guy?
In a lot of ways, yes. But in a couple of ways, these are things that I never really thought that I was I never really thought about, but in a lot of ways, yes. I mean, that's why I said too, it's very interesting that like I feel like for us not to have known each other that long, the things that you say, it felt like I was you studied some stuff. Yeah.
I studied some, like on you?
Yeah. Like, okay, she she's this and that. And definitely physically, I can't stress that enough. I really honestly never thought I would just be able to say, I like having relations all the time with my husband. I thought, I felt like it was, there would be some fun in there sometimes, but most of the time I felt like it was just going to be a chore. It would be like, okay, we got to. And that's that, I was very much used to being active with men that were not my husband, nobody else's husband, but not my husband. And I thought there was a fun in that. I always used to tell him that when we first started.
I feel like you're being interviewed by a guy.
Yeah, guy ain't dropped nothing in that Cash App yet. I've been waiting to hear that Cash App go off. Guy know that Cash App. I ain't heard nothing. But I remember telling him earlier on, because we only been together for a couple years, but earlier on, I'd be like, every time I was with him, it felt like I was cheating. I'd be like, oh, it's like I'm cheating. It's like we cheating. It's like we cheating, because that was the type of excitement that I would get, and just knowing all the buttons and pushing all the buttons, like that's been awesome. So in that regard, that has been like a dream come true, literally. And then, like I said, in some other areas, it has been like things I didn't know that they were, you know, that was something that I was even seeking and interested in, like him, being a builder. I never thought about that. I also never saw myself with somebody from New York, for all intents purposes. I just after I moved from Philly, I never really thought I was going to get with somebody else from up top. But uh, I remember when Devon came into the room and his voice, and it was so New York, and I was just like, I miss that. I miss that, like that vibe, of being. It made me feel
I
like
don't even know
Philly.
how you said it was soon. All I did was say what's up.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You introduced yourself. You introduced
Yeah, I was
yourself.
like, yo, boss, what's
Yeah,
up? Boss, what's up?
yeah. It was like I'm that boss. I'm from New York.
I didn't say all that.
That was born in a hospital. It was so bossy. It was so like, and I miss that. And I'm just like, I miss hearing that. I miss the way that vibe happens.
I mean, but
up
half of
top.
Atlanta's from New York, though.
Divine, who was running half of in Atlanta?
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure you bumped into plenty.
No, I didn't actually. A lot of people a lot of people in Atlanta are from like the South. They're just coming from another part of the South.
I kid you though, they got a whole day in Atlanta. I forget exactly what park it's in. It's called Bronx Day.
I've never heard of that.
Charmaine told me about this, and I'm like,
I never heard of it.
Thousands of
I know they have Florida. Yes, we had a very small wedding, 4 people, and our pastor.
That was more than 4.
What, 7?
Jay, Abby,
London, the children, P, Monica. Yeah.
Somebody else.
The children.
You counting the kids?
They are people.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was a very small wedding. And what happened was, that's what I said. It was like 7 people. Yeah. That's what I said. What happened was, we thought this was post COVID, and apparently, you can't, before COVID, you could literally go down and get married the same day. Yeah. But because of COVID, you couldn't do that. You had to like apply, and like it was like 2 months out. And even though we had already planned that we were going to get married on my birthday, by the time when he came back from New York, we were well out of that window where we could get married at the courthouse. We had to do some, because that was our original day. So I reached out to my sister Monica, who knows everybody in Atlanta pretty much. And she said, Melissa can do it. And she was like, Melissa? And I was like, the cell phone lady?
That was funny.
It was very funny.
She was funny.
Wow. I was like, the cell phone lady? She was like, yeah, she's a pastor. And that was where I was also
pastor / model.
Yeah, / burlesque dancer.
That's what she was?
Yeah, that was the pictures. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was a dancer.
Listen,
she was like a
my man's right.
Yeah, she was like stripper.
She started flashing these pictures, right? So my man switches it to like Mac mode.
He did. He started brushing his beard.
This is a pastor. Oh yeah, that's what you into. I'm like, this is a whole pastor. She got the robe on, the whole 9.
She did.
And my man automatically switches to Mac mode. It was crazy.
The pictures were beautiful, and she was still very much in shape. But she's an older woman, and she actually we got married in her home. We got married in her home, and we crowded in her home, and she sectioned off. She sectioned off a part of her home for us to do the wedding in, or for us to exchange the vows in. And the pictures that were taken, you would think that it was like at a little chapel, but it was actually her house. So it was nice.
So to answer your question,
yes,
do I look? I might take a quick gander. If my wife is with me, I can promise you, if this chick is stat, we call them super cools. If she is super cool, 9 times out of 10, she'd have seen it before I did. She'd be like, yo, look that. And then we both looking.
I just have.
But listen, I haven't been attracted to another woman since I've been married. Matter of fact, since me and Courtney's been dating. and it was a short dating thing, but
It was.
I haven't been attracted to her. I haven't even thought about it.
That is so sweet, baby.
Like I've told her this like on
he
more
does.
than one
He tells me
occasion.
this all the time, and I got to be
Yeah.
honest. I don't really doubt that. I honestly don't. But that's not something that to be like I said, honest. Just to be 100, that's something I never really doubted with anyone that I was with. You know, and I don't. I just think I've never been like a going through the pockets or checking for things, and I think a bit of that is like what he said. I'd be looking faster than mostly anybody I've ever been
like,
with.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Like
one guy told me that I made him doubt his manhood because I'd be like, you ain't see that, and he'd be like, what's wrong with you? Why are you? I ain't into that.
Now,
I'm not
to answer your second part, I've been hit on.
Yes.
And I'm like, I ain't even gonna hold you. A lot of times I miss it. Like I don't even I miss it.
He's very oblivious.
And she'd be like you ain't. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Especially the older women. They do it in my face. They do it in my
chick
face.
magnet. I don't even know why.
And I know why.
I don't even know why.
I know. But
she,
he's because let me tell you, Devon gives the type of vibe, and he does that. He would he puts in some work, and there ain't nothing that old ladies like more than a younger guy that will put some work in. He does not come off as a lazy looking guy.
You know what? No, this is real talk, bro.
Wow,
real talk. Real talk.
And
no cap.
He wouldn't sleep on the couch anyway.
No cap, and I ain't sleeping on that couch.
He doesn't. We have gotten into some bad arguments. He will come right back to bed. He does. And then not only will he come back to bed, but by the end of the night, he got his leg on me. And I'm like, dude, you don't know we was just I hate you. I hate you. He doesn't. He ain't gonna sleep on the couch. And he's not and he ain't gonna sleep on the floor either because his hips turn
my hips
to
turn to dust.
They turn to dust. He don't have no cushion, y'all.
Listen, let me tell you something. Now we got carpet in the bed, right? So when we first moved in, we had no bed.
We did not.
Right. So me, I'm thinking, we can duck, we fuck it out. She good. She got a whole lot of cushion. She could be bouncing on it. She good. I ain't got that cushion. Listen, my hips was turning to dust. Now we're gonna get an air mattress tomorrow.
No, yeah, he doesn't. He does not play with that whole. We don't do it. There was one night that even I was like, I'm gonna go sleep on the couch, and he came and was just like, come back to bed. Get in the bed. Get in the bed. Nobody sleeps on the couch here. And trust me, like I said, it has been some definitely tense arguments, but no, it's been no couch sleeping.
Wait,
was that? Is it yours?
I don't even remember.
What's
God,
the last one?
Off. Was I your dream guy?
Yeah, it's on me. Okay. What makes marriage worth fighting for?
What makes it worth fighting for?
Yeah.
The whole thing. You kidding me?
No, like yeah. What makes it worth fighting for? What makes marriage worth fighting for?
I mean, this is someone you pretty much chose to do life with.
To do life with.
Like this is like this is and it's crazy because I hate when people say marriage is a business agreement.
Yeah.
No, man. If that's the case, then what are you doing it for? Just say, hey, we're gonna be partners in business.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like we're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna open up this store, and that If marriage is just a business agreement, then you
just
doing
make
it for
a
the
business.
wrong thing.
Yeah, just make it a business.
But like the whole thing, everything. Like this is someone you chose to do life with. If you say you love this person, love ain't worth fighting for.
It is.
All right.
I love
That's
you.
what makes it. That's what makes it worth it. Besides, like you listen, I figure like this.
Mm.
I don't care. We have 15 bad days in a row. If that 16th day is magic, then the bad 15 days was worth that 16th. So,
Coach Malik, you're making my heart patter. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That we've been rocking a long time, Co.
Great business, huh?
Yeah, and we've been rocking before. This is what I appreciate mostly about you got paid this morning.
She don't like cutting them checks.
I don't. I don't. Oh, and you got played and plenty of and then I brought you some donuts in this afternoon
You
too.
did. You
Yeah,
did.
come on
I didn't
now.
even know that other donut was sitting in that bowl right there.
You didn't? Did it get
Man,
hard?
I done nodded back off, and
Oh,
when I
because you
woke
gotta
up,
eat them fresh out of the fryer. For
yeah.
them to be soft
So
and
when I woke
mushy.
up, I said, "Oh, there's a whole other donut here." I was happy.
Yeah, and that was like you tell me you ain't want that from the kitchen. You see?
I didn't know there was donuts. I thought you was talking about something to drink. I was laying down.
No, I wasn't talking about nothing to drink. I said, do you want something from the kitchen?
Nah, because I was kind of in the zone. I was like, I was focused.
But no, I appreciate the people here that definitely knew me before I got remarried, and y'all know what y'all know it was a little bit of it was some definitely down days with just I didn't want to do life by myself. I really didn't. And especially being back in Atlanta, because I was getting just a lot of I guess a lot of suggestions about, oh, you need to be out here, you need to be dating, you need to, like, people just acting like there was so much to do, and I was not with someone because kind of I didn't want to be. And I'm just like, I do want to be coupled up. I don't want to have to get involved in a scene to do it. I didn't want to have to date. I did not want to have to date because that dating scene, especially in Atlanta, I'm sure as you all can imagine, it was the element that I didn't want to go through. I didn't want to have to get weaved up. I didn't want to have to get no BBL. I didn't want to have to get my nails done. I didn't want to have to dress fly. I didn't want to have to, put my kids with a baby. Yeah, that's what I said.
And I'm not talking
I didn't
about,
want to
like,
have to get involved
being
in
dragged in somebody's van. And I mean, it's dangerous. Like, you don't know. Like, this dude might be, or this chick might be a dude.
Mm.
And the dude might have been a chick, or might be with other dudes. Listen, that Atlanta scene is crazy. Man.
And it's super competitive. It's super competitive and it's super catty.
And I don't understand. Well,
and I
do understand why.
I didn't want to have to be
like available straight men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of and then that was another part too, because I remember shortly before Devon and I got together, there was this cop that I was, kind of seeing a little bit. And but every time we were supposed to actually meet to do a date, like, he couldn't come and he would just send some money. And I would be like, yeah, he did this twice. And I'm like, okay, the first time it was like kind of cool. I'm like, okay, I got $75 to do whatever I want to do with it. But the next time I was just like, is this how we gonna date? this is what. And then
is he putting you on layaway?
I don't know what that was. And I'm like, is he gonna come up like not when he gets like $500 in? He gonna show up at the door like, okay, let me just have the invest. Let's go all the way with it. So it was that, and then just the follow through of these guys was beyond. I couldn't believe it. It was no follow through. It was no follow through. It was no true commitment. And I remember when the first time I brought Devon to see the plantation, he was like, we got to figure out how to get you to own it. And we got to figure out how to get you this plantation. That's what he said. And I love that, because literally the other guys that I had brought to see the plantation, one of them said that, he went ahead and he was ready to make an offer for the plantation. But then he was like talking about, where's he didn't appreciate it. I was saying his room would be where his room would be and where my room would be. And I was like, well, if we're not married, our room ain't gonna be together. I was like, my kids are gonna be living here. I'm not gonna be, in no room with you and we not married. And let me tell you, this guy, like, we went from talking all the time and him saying he was gonna purchase this plantation and we were gonna do business. Now, we were supposed to have a business relationship and we were gonna do this plantation to like nothing. And it really boiled down to that. So it's because I was like, it's married to nothing. I'm not just a business partner. Mm-hmm. It's marriage or nothing.
We got two questions. I'm gonna answer the guy question first.
Okay.
And then, no matter of fact, we're gonna do Kojo Malik.
Oh, Kojo Malik.
Now, to answer that question first, not yet.
Not yet, but
know this. It ain't forgotten.
It's not, and it's still on the
And it's still on the
market.
market.
Yeah,
Now,
and we still are working
to my boy guy.
with someone.
I mean, how can I put this? Okay, so if you are already preparing to divvy up whatever y'all make together before y'all even got it, bro, you already failed. The marriage is already a failure. This is why, like
That's a
with
good point.
with prenups, bro, you looking to fail. You're looking to fail. If you saying like, listen, there's a contract agreement. When y'all break up, this separate, this that, you already think about separation. To me, that's a defeatist attitude. And 9 times out of 10, you probably really don't truly love this woman or love this man. If this is what if you already think, like I seen a post, probably a couple of weeks ago on, I think it was either YouTube or TikTok. I'm still in New York. Might be YouTube. Because I spent a lot of time on YouTube when I was up there. Anyway, this chick got married to this dude. This dude was like a cop or something. Right? He got hurt on the job. Right? Now, before she got married, or when it was really, really early in the marriage, her mother told her to start putting money away. So for like 8, 9 years, whatever it was, he'd come home with with the money put in the account. She was siphoning off a couple hundred every week. She had $22,000 saved up over their marriage. And like I said, the guy got hurt on the job, ended up having to retire or lose the job, or whatever it was. He wasn't law enforcement anymore. So now they're struggling, and she was still putting that money to the side. So now that because he's got to keep track of these finances, he notices like, yo, wait a minute, where's this money going? He finds out about the account. She tells him, well, I was putting away for, if we broke up or if it didn't. Oh, we struggling right now. You got 22 grand and stashed away, and we counting nickels and dimes in this jar over here, like you. And she couldn't understand why he was upset.
Yeah.
Now, I tell the story to say this. Now, I don't know if she was believing this before her mother said something, but for her to follow through with that, and then when they're struggling, she don't even say nothing about it. She's waiting for them to fail. She was waiting for them to fail from go.
Right.
And if you have that mindset, when you get married, yeah, it is a business deal, and y'all ain't gonna make it, and y'all wasted a whole bunch of years or whatever time y'all was married being married. Because y'all could have, if that's the case, y'all could just open up a store and just been business partners, and then because that ain't love, that's business, and that ain't marriage. So we done missed a couple over here.
I did, but I wanted to do this because someone said, are we living in that big plantation? No, we're not living in a big plantation, but we are working on a couple of things in regards to, we are on we have about 26 acres of a campsite, and we reside on 2 of those acres in a like a deluxe lodge. It's very beautiful, but
Grove?
Again, Florida. But we are figuring out how we can go. Yeah, I know. We can figure out how we're going to go about doing this ownership here, as well as, or we have to trade it all to get back to the plantation. And we've made that decision that we came here for the plantation. So that's what we got to do, and that's what we got to do. But if there's a way that we can definitely manage both, we will. But we came here for the plantation.
Really said you don't know what to do with the 9 acres, or you just don't have time to deal with the 9 acres.
She says she doesn't know when she's going to have time to deal with it.
Tomorrow. What are you talking about?
No, she be doing some other things. But I did want to bring everyone's attention to, please, if you are not subscribed to P4R.today, please do. We've had to organize our I guess structure our business plan in order to kind of reformat it without a big investor. The thing of it is, you all, without a big investor, it's going to take a few small families as opposed to having one big investor. One big investor is great, but then when we lost the one big investor, it torpedoed the entire plan. And then we decided also, we did not want to have to rely on one investor, and we also don't want to have to rely on being able to get money up from us being able to acquire uh, all of this money in order to get the property. I said, you know what? We don't want to have to do that again. We don't want to have to figure out, because
Yeah.
first of all, our credits took a huge plummet. And,
We lost
trying
what,
to put it,
20, 20?
we lost 20 rand, but we lost hundreds of, points off of our credit scores. And all for us to not be able to even purchase it. But we were having to go through some things to even get prepared to purchase it and figure out how we're going to pay this person $1 million. We shouldn't have to figure out how we're going to pay them no $1 million. Nothing.
You know what? Let me answer this question.
Okay. Does your money
Yeah.
not be an investment, your time and money in the marriage? Okay.
Okay, so look, here's the deal.
Ow.
Let's deal with the money aspect first. No, I'm not investing money. I'm my soul is invested. My heart is invested.
Mhm.
That's the investment. And you can't put a price tag on any of those things. Now, as far as my time, I'm saying, like, you invest time in everything. Whether you're going to the store, going to your little 9 to 5, going fishing, it's time invested. Sleep, it's time invested. So you invest time in everything. So that's not really like that kind of a factor. But the other things, as far as my heart, my soul, yeah, that's the real investment. And again, you can't put a monetary value on that. So that's my investment. I hope that answered your question sufficiently, guy.
It's on you.
It's on me?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I said what makes marriage worth fighting for.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Where am I? Oh. All right.
This should be your last one.
No, I got one more after that.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you feel we got married too soon?
Never. We didn't get married fast enough.
Really?
Yeah, we should have gotten married after that first day.
Wait, at P House?
Yep. Oh,
You
that's
said-
our other anniversary. His vows, the Black supremacy vow.
Oh, yeah,
that's on the
yeah,
14th.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
other
okay.
anniversary. So we have 3 dates. We have March 24th, July 14th, and July 21st. Those are our 3 dates.
14th,
The 14th.
I ain't
It was
gonna
literally a
remember
week before.
See,
That's what's on the sign out there. It was the week before.
Well,
Yeah.
see, the 21st is easy because that's your birthday. So
Yeah. It's 7 days
I'm
prior.
killing 2 birds with one stone.
You ain't, because remember you used to say July 22nd.
No, right? That's
you had
crazy.
a problem. You had a problem. But nah, yeah, the reason why I say we did it because I would have liked us to have actually been married before we consummated the relationship.
So don't work and see if your heart and soul will pay the bills, my bro.
Oh, we lived through that. We lived through that.
I'm gonna tell you something, man.
we lived through that.
Listen, man.
We lived through that.
There was a patch, man, where
yeah,
like this was like man, we first got here.
When we first got here, and he was the one that was worried about it. I wasn't. I really wasn't. Because y'all, I don't, and he used to say this. He doesn't say it as much anymore because he sees how I move. But he used to always say, it was something like, I wish I could have like the type of like carefreeness that you have. Like I wish I could, because it's just like I'm just on a whole nother level of just like I don't worry about it.
She kind of
I don't worry about it. I really don't.
She's like what do you call them?
Hippies?
When the house fell on the Wicked Witch of the West in the Wizard of Oz.
What do you mean? What are they called?
When they was dancing and she was dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. She's like one of them kids just through life.
And I just don't
I just wasn't built like that. I'm like, listen.
I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it because I'm just like I know that, like, you know, a friend of mine in Florida used to say, if money is the only thing that we have to worry about, then we ain't got no worries, you know. And again, y'all, we know from personal experience, like literally, we went from, you know, literally $2 here and scraping up money for him to get a smoke.
Listen,
to the next day, I'm
talking about digging in the car looking for nickels and dimes.
Yeah.
But listen,
and then the next day
the first time
going to put down for the plantation, like literally.
Like credit cards was maxed out.
The next week.
Right. Credit cards was maxed out. And he'd be like, I have to take the gas. I go into the one big account that ain't in the negative, and it was 18 cents in that joint. Butthole tightened up. I said, God.
The line.
I
didn't need that visual.
I said, man, I'm like, what are we gonna do? We got the kids in the car. They talking about, we need to go get something to eat. I'm like, I don't know, we need to get a stick of gum with this 18 cents.
But God always is gonna move. God always gonna make a way.
You know, like
always.
It worked out though. It worked out.
And it always will. It always will. It says that you know, things work for those that love and trust. And let me tell you something, like I keep telling people all the time, there is nothing that anyone can do to ever convince me that God is not real. Because I have had to be
married unprepared. I mean, prepared for what?
Like, prepared for what? Yeah, we were prepared. All right, you know.
I mean, we had a plan. We had a serious plan, and you know, we took our shot. We smoked for the fences. You know, when we got to the warning track and go over, we hit the home run. Got to the warning track.
It did.
And you know, that's kind of where we at now. But you know what though? You know, we done hit a couple of doubles. We scored a couple of runs.
We did.
You know, and you know, we're working on that home run. We're working on that home run power right now.
We are. But like I said, you know, the faith is this is what builds the faith. It really is. And this is what Couple of Favors is about, you know, building that kingdom love, building that faith. Smooth seas don't make skilled sailors. And I definitely feel like that's honestly what God is getting us prepared for. You know, we literally operate a no-pay cafe. We do a community pantry here. Like, these are things that we didn't even know Athens needed. Yeah. And then if we would have been in that plantation just trying to get field trips going, we wouldn't have known they needed. We would not have known they needed community pantries. They needed they needed a place where they weren't going to have to make the choice between where they're going to sleep and what they're going to eat. You know, so the things that we can do, we have better vision now. We have more insight now with what a true service we're providing, and not just an experience we're giving. Because we were going to do just the cafe, and we were going to do these food tours and just do field trips. And we were like, we're going to make thousands of dollars just doing that. And then we weren't really feeling a need with any of that. We were just kind of entertaining. We were hospitality. And this has given us, I think, so much more purpose for what we can do. Yeah, we know what the need is. We can do both. Yeah, but no, I don't feel like we got married when we were supposed to get married. Like I said, I do wish that we had, but we don't regret anything. Personally, I don't.
Tell them I saved your life at the camping trip.
And tell them what I saved your life every day.
Oh.
Please. That's what I be telling you. The same way you be excited to do, I want you to keep that same energy. I want you to keep that same energy. Baby, I'm glad that was on camera. I'm glad that was on camera. Are the migrants staying in the plantation? No, they not. God, you better stop playing with us. But God, we will.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. We might have to make this phone.
We might have. Nah, because then they'll be theirs. we might have to go get them the Jewish men at that synagogue
Oh,
up there
yeah,
because they
the
was the
tunnels.
brawlers. The brawlers, they know how to. They know what to do when the migrants come around. That's a weird situation. I want to say that, and we've got to be
Yeah.
very. That's something we do need to be getting prepared for as a community, a culture, diaspora, and the
I
village.
think the whole country needs to get prepared for that.
We need to be getting prepared for that
I'm
because
serious.
these dudes talking about they bringing the Venezuelan mafias over here.
Oh, I seen tell you about the post I seen where
They said they study squatter laws.
Yeah.
They got this man
Especially
on
in New York.
TikTok. They got this man on TikTok literally giving people the play and letting them know what cities are easy with the play. And y'all sitting around here talking
That's
about
why
some
Hey,
vote blue no matter who.
hey guy,
Please no.
and you in New York,
Please
so
no.
that's prime real estate up there, boy. You know about the squatter laws. You get a eviction notice. You ain't got to worry about that thing for a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of got to.
They had Georgia on that list too, and I said that's very funny because they move. They'll move us out in 2 weeks, but they be having protections of up to 6 months of sanctuary. That's what they're calling it. So my last question is, what advice do you wish you would have heard before getting married and listened to? Like really took it to heart. Took heed.
Advice?
Yes.
You know what? There was no real advice. Everybody was like, Jay was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
There was more shock when I said y'all getting married. Shock. Like Ray John, he said, wait a minute. When I sent him the pictures, he was like, he hit me back. He's like, yo, you got married? I said, yeah, bro, I told you it was gonna happen. He was like, I heard you, I knew you mentioned it, but wait, you just got my. I said, yeah, man, I just sent you the pictures. He's like, I ain't. Then it was just like congratulations. There was like no real like advice. Joe was just like, when I first told him, it was like, wait, who? And wait, you just met her. Like that's fast. I got that. But there was like no real advice. It was more like, all right, do you big bus?
Yeah, it's no advice.
This is what I'm saying. Jay was like, he was like, you sure? I said, yeah. So I got that. I didn't really get any advice though.
So do you wish you had gotten some advice?
I mean, I could have got it, but I don't know if I would have listened. I guess it would depend on who he came from, and
Well, I think advice would have been good to have some type of. I like me. I do wish I would have had some better kind of understanding of. Because when I told Goldie that you were Aries, she said, "Oh, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard."
She didn't see that.
She did. She said, "Oh, yeah." And I saw a list. I saw a list that said, dating these types are not for the weak. And it said July Cancers. It said men from Brooklyn. It said men from the Bronx. It said April Aries. And what was the other one?
Well, I'm a March Aries.
I know, but you are a man from the Bronx. But according to your mom, you're a man from Harlem. So, and the other one was there was another one that I think both of us fell into the category of, but I forget. But I do wish that I had a better appreciation or understanding of definitely dating someone that had come from the penal system, because I felt like I just didn't think that it was going to make that much of a difference, and I think it really has.
I'm saying I was home 3 years though.
That ain't a long time. That ain't a long time. Not for being in for as long as you were. Shit. What? No. And I think there's. I'm sure you have, but I didn't know where you tried from. I'm talking about from where I was right then and there.
I'm going on 4 years without putting my hands on somebody. That's like a huge.
Well, that's not something that I was ever worried about or ever thought that I would be a concern. What I'm more so worried about is just like you literally letting guards down. And that's something that for 2 decades you could not do. And that makes it very hard to build with you, literally, if you won't let guards down. And so, and it's not something that you're willing, you're not very open to doing that. Like you do it.
I can say this though. I was like that before, Jay.
Okay. But I don't know that though.
You don't.
I do not. So that's why, yeah. 7 years is the point from what many would say. Yeah.
7
I would
years
think
of
so.
What?
Like being home. Yeah. Being out.
To being like what? Like not institutionalized or something like that?
Yeah, like you're like this is where you're
I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't think that stuff ever leaves.
Oh, that's a good yeah.
Like, certain things just never leave.
Yeah. I've like I said, I never really dated anybody from the system, but
Pop your cherry.
Okay. that has never been an appealing sound to me. Like ever an appealing term. I've never understood that the interest of saying it. But I have talked to many people. Mm-hmm. I've talked to a lot of guys, and for years, with me even writing guys in the system, and I said, that's what kind of blew me away. Like you didn't sound like them, you didn't feel like them, and so I think that for a little bit too, that also gave me a false idea of it gave me a false
really
appreciation of that.
Hold up. Don't tell me don't tell me you got that uniform on. Like you a clerk or something, right?
I think she's a nurse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I think she's a nurse.
Okay.
She works in medical. Or at least that's what she
used to
do. Y'all would be on the same team. But yeah, I think so. But yeah, I think that's something that I would have definitely have liked to just like to really appreciate more. And I think by me appreciating more, I could have been more understanding, and I could have also been a little bit more I don't know, I think a little bit more I guess of a helpmate or helpful, because because you were so different. I just really didn't think that it was going to be as much of an issue, and it is, and that's just giving respect. That's giving respect to understanding and appreciating and being mature about how to handle the dynamic of that relationship, of that reality. And it's something that I was not.
You ready for the next? But this is my last question. Wait, I thought you said you had 8 questions.
I did go right.
So how did I get skipped a couple of times?
No,
because I only got 6.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is my last question. Okay, we're gonna fast forward 15 years. Where you see us?
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a fun question. I don't, because literally, like, I don't what?
You don't be wanting to do that.
No, I don't.
I know.
So why would you?
Because I knew I would get that face.
Why do you want to see that face?
No, that ain't the other face. This just to like.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
No, because I don't like to hypothesize. I don't like to do that. I don't like to hypothesize because, see, what the thing of it is that I have a real issue with.
You just had us write a whole thing for like next week and the week after.
I had us write the next thing for next week. What are you talking about?
The what's the name?
What?
The goal thing.
What goal thing?
The goals. The what's the name? We did
it's
the same thing.
No, it's not.
It definitely is.
It definitely is not. Because if it's us 15 years, no, it's not. Because for us, okay, because like literally.
You want me to change the question?
I say all of
did you use in your pass?
That's right, because I do get one pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
using your pass?
I use my pass.
I reject your pass.
You cannot.
Okay.
You just asked me if I wanted to use it. So why would you reject it?
You better put that eyebrow down.
Anyway, I would hope my twins
Okay,
are here.
I don't have another question. I do have a question.
Okay.
Okay, you gonna change that diaper?
Yours?
No, the diaper from the boy after he.
Oh no. That I've already told you that's you and your son need to figure that out together.
But it would be your fault that he was a mess like that.
No, it
You
would
fed him.
not. I'm sure I didn't.
I'm pretty sure he did.
No, I'm sure I didn't. I'm sure he thought, oh, I'm gonna have a big meal just like that, and that's exactly what that would come from. That's disgusting.
So you
And that
you
is
gonna just
not
have the boy covered in poop.
and you guys can handle that, and I will take a nap, and then we will reconvene the next day after he's all cleaned up and smelling fresh and lovely. I don't have time for that. I like to be smelling good and all and well rested. Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you very much. That was fun. Like definitely. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, y'all. And thank y'all for participating in our couple of forevers. We have another little P4R clip to run. Y'all, please make sure you subscribe to our now because we now let me put this away because we did talk about and I didn't even get to this. Y'all, we can do some ad spaces. So if y'all
What are you
want
doing?
to, I'm showing that yes. We want to do some advertisements.
For who? They ain't pay for no advertising.
Not them, but this is what we want to do. I'm saying that this is an off, the people we, want to be advertised your wedding on Couple of Forevers. We will also consider, okay, we will also consider some packages.
Yeah, we waiting on
for
Coach Malik's
if you had
wedding announcement.
if you have any if you have any materials that you would like to be advertised during this segment of Couple of Forevers. Again, wedding venues is one, wedding magazines is another. Our catering services, that sort of thing, wedding planners, anniversary event planners, that sort of thing. We are open for that, or we are open to that. And even though I do food, y'all know I do not do a lot. I don't do catered events. Most catered events I do not do. So I'm always up for eating other people's, delicious food. And before we go, because we did talk about marriages being businesses or, being going into business together. And because we do have a business, I would love for you all to take this moment to look at another little trailer from our P4R documentary that was done by
I don't know
Poetic.
Is that thing still available?
It's not, but this was a segment from it that was done by Poetic, and it was a lovely documentary that he put together in a very short time span to help us fundraise for the purpose of closing on the plantation. And even though we weren't able, we honored everyone that made a contribution for the P4R documentary, got an opportunity to come and reside on the property that we are
no, it's on
managing
Amazon Prime,
now.
I think.
I don't know.
You think it's still there?
No, and I'd like to have that type of solid information before we close.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Where did I see it?
So please make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, and we will be seeing you all again for a Couple of Forevers on Friday. Remember, with Rev Dev Oliver and his lovely wife, prophetess Lauren Oliver. And if I'm not mistaken, they have been married for about 14 years. 14 years. So
you been married that long?
Mm-hmm. We will be taking, this same energy and applying it to other couples and figuring out what's the formula. Is there a formula for building kingdom love? So please make sure you subscribe to P4R.today. Continue to support our business and join the village. And of course, Colored Only Cafe, where the priority is what we serve, not who we serve.
This goes back to we write our own narrative. So when you go to a school and you open up a history book, what they do is they teach you, okay, they teach you about plantation life. And all they show is the trauma. All they show is the whippings, the hangings, the picking the cotton, the bloody feet, the bloody hands. So this is all you know. Because up until Courtney, that's all I knew of the plantation. That's all I even thought about the plantation. Like, why in the hell would I ever want to step foot on somewhere or something that caused so much pain and trauma to my people, to my ancestors? Courtney changed that narrative for me. She gave me a different outlook, to say. And she said that I said it, but I got it from her. But there was life on these plantations. You know, without them, there would be no us. Right. So they made families here. Right. They laughed, they joked, they partied, they did everything that we do. You know, in spite of the trauma, they still managed to get through it. And through them, we have us. So we owe them.
Yeah.
We owe them.
Could I live on a plantation? And I was just starting to think, well, why not? It's quite as quintessentially, it's a big house that can fit multiple families. And this would be something for me to leave my children so that they wouldn't have to ever face rent again. The feeling of this is ours became more just emblazoned in me because I started to share this with other people. This gives a proof of concept. This particular initiative gives a proof of concept that not only are, again, plantations sustainable here and now in 2022, because again, when people think of plantations, they usually consistently think that plantations are like these rundown old houses in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing going on around them, and they're, you know, because there's no more slavery, no slaves are working them. They don't realize that these plantation properties, these properties are protected by a historic national registry. We are ready to take this to the national level. We built it. And if that is, you know, 9/10, why would we be building something for we couldn't own it, you know? Membership is really easy, right? Especially right now. You can go on the website, p4r.today, and we have different ways of being engaged with this village building concept.